Thanks for admiring my 1952 Ford F1 short bed pickup. Her name is Blackjack, and Blackjack came out of an estate. It's finished in beautiful tuxedo black with gray and red interior, which we'll get to in just a few moments. It was a Southern estate, all steel F1, and we understand that it has traveled only 7,000 miles from new, and it recently underwent a ground-up professional restoration, including the exterior, the interior, the beautiful golden oak bed, golden oak short stake bed kit, and it's not been exposed to any inclement weather. The body on it is in absolutely beautiful condition with no fiberglass or Bondo in it anywhere. The restoration included complete interior. As you can see, the cab is all fully carpeted with a lovely gray carpeting. The seat is covered in red and gray interior. It is a 3-speed on the tree. Turn signals have been added, which were not available at the time. It has full instrumentation, a cutoff switch, a radio, a cigar lighter, and it even has the original owner's manual from 1952. It has dual sun visors, which was another option back then, and the glass in it, as you can see, is absolutely beautiful. The interior courtesy lamp is even fully functional. This is a 1952, remember. Look at the size of that steering wheel, Stan. Well, it didn't have power steering back in the day. That wheel added to what we called powerful steering.
A little bit of leverage.
A little bit of leverage. And it also has the vent windows.
Oh yeah.
And so whenever the hood scoop is raised and the vent windows are open and you're driving down the road, you get factory air conditioning. We have a new set of wide white wall radial tires on it, beautiful chrome beauty rings, and the clear hubcaps, which really set off the wide white walls.
I always liked the dog dish hubcap.
I did too.
They're great.
I did too. Sam, look at how nice that rear.
Well, it hasn't been used to haul rocks.
No,
or anything, I wouldn't think.
And look at the tailgate on it.
It's in perfect shape.
It is perfect. And as you can see, there's also a dual exhaust system with Smitty mufflers on it, so it has a real nice throaty sound. Very, very comfortable, but not too loud. If you look down the sides of it, Sam, it is as straight as an arrow. The panel fit and finish on it is really lovely.
Well, black is so difficult to look good because you see every imperfection. This one is fantastic.
And again, this is the original 1952 F-Series owner's manual that comes with it. There's a set of Ford scripted floor mats, and it does have the deluxe heater, which is fully functional. During the restoration, as you can see, the bright work on it was all completely refinished. The 52s are really a very, very special year because it is the very last year for the F1 series. In 53, they went with another series, the F100s. The 52s also were the last year for the highly desirable Ford flathead V8 engines. And the Ford pickup aficionados consider the 52 F1s with the flathead and the short bed to be prized collector items today. One of the most desirable, or one of the many desirable features of the F1s is the beautiful grill on it, which were unique to this series, and the grill is in perfect condition. Sam, why was the 1952 Ford F1 short bed pickup considered the most prized among the vintage Ford pickup aficionados? Number one, it was the last year of the F1 series. Number two, it was the last and best year for Ford's V8 flathead engine. And the next year they went with the overhead valve. And you know, the styling on the 52s were were far different than the styling on the 53s. So these are considered highly desirable, highly collectible, and the guys that remember growing up with these just love them. And to find one that has not been cut and with a 350 Chevy engine and a Japanese radio and all of that other stuff with the original 6-volt electrical system, you know, the engine compartment, as you can see, is show quality. The undercarriage, which you can see in the photos, is show quality as well. We believe it underwent a frame-off restoration because it had sat up in an estate for quite some time. But it is show quality. It can be driven and enjoyed at car shows every weekend. It can be shown, or it can be used for going out and touring, and it's an absolute pleasure to drive.
I think it's running, Norm. The fan belt is turning. It's so smooth.
Sam, as you know, I've owned and enjoyed many vintage pickup trucks over the last 50 years, and this is truly one of my absolute favorites. And I just love driving this truck, and it has such a unique personality. We understand the mileage of 7,000 from new is correct, and it runs and drives and handles just that way. Full instrumentation, so there's no guessing about dummy lights. It even has the radio and a cigar lighter, which you didn't see in many of the farm trucks back in the day.
Well, the vent windows are nice.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Also the vent in the front.
The hood scoop, that was a la factory air at its very, very best, along with the vent windows. We're in high gear now, and you know, we're going to be coming up on a nice grade with 2 adult men, both in good shape, in 3rd gear, and it takes the grade effortlessly. That was the beauty of the Flathead, and you can hear the dual exhaust system with the Smitty's on it. Just kind of gives it a
nice rumble.
Yeah, it really does. It kind of helps bring the kid out in me. And I've been accused of having one trapped in there for quite some time. We both do. Front end is nice and tight, no shimmy or shaking. The steering wheel, the steering is nice and tight with no play. The 3-speed on the tree, again, nice and tight, no wear. It shifts effortlessly from 1st to 2nd to 3rd.
Well, Norm, I think one of the great things about this truck in particular, the body is not beat up. These steel body trucks take a beating, especially the bed, and this one has not been used like that at all.
No, the bed on it it's a very good observation. They've not used this to haul firewood or gravel. I think we looked at the rear tailgate in it, which didn't have a nick or ding on it, and the bed is just absolutely beautiful. So the truck led a very easy life, and it looks that way, and it runs and drives that way as well.
beautiful repaint. Black is so hard. I mean, if there's any flaw in the body, you're going to see it. And this thing is straight.
Those outside exterior mirrors because you really can see on the sides, and they're fully adjustable. The turn signals were a dealer ad because turn signals were not available on the 49 pickups, or the 52 pickups, excuse me, or the 49s for that matter.
So was this the last year for the flathead?
It was the very last year for the flathead, the very last year for the F1 series, and the next year it became the F100. Very last year for the beautiful grille styling. And Sam, Blackjack will cruise effortlessly at highway speed, so it is an absolute pleasure to drive. You know, this is ready for the next cruise night, the next car show, the next contest, or the next tour.